And welcome to another episode of the What You Want channel. Today we have a double unboxing of two divers. I mean, if you're reading the title, you already know what I'm talking about. I've got the FOMO, the fear of missing out, and I've got the Seiko SKX009. And after that, I've bought the Steeldive 9070, which is an homage to the Seiko Willard, the reinterpretation of this watch worn in also the movie Apocalypse Now and by soldiers also in the Vietnam War. So first, let's open the Seiko. I mean, it comes with a regular box. I don't want to get into detail. By the way, I'm wearing a Seiko today, a piece I really love, the SPB 103, a very beautiful iteration of the Sumo 70-hour power reserve. I will cover it under a different video. But first, let's open the SKX. I mean, you all know the SKX, and if you don't know it by now, just look up some videos. You see the 007 and the 009. It's the first time I got this, and as you see, I have it in the NATO. It comes with this, if it's the K version, the one made in Malaysia, Thailand, Korea, elsewhere, but not in Japan. It comes with this more or less horrible rubber strap by Seiko. At least it has the Great Wave of Kanagawa. This is a nice detail, but it's pretty stiff. It gets softer over time, but it's not as soft as the one you get with the modern divers, but probably not as much as a dust magnet. This is on the plus side. And here you see the reference number and also the caliber. It has a 7S26, an old caliber that is, I think, discontinued because the SKX009 and 007 are not produced anymore, and also in the SNX73 and the other models, I don't know whether they are out of production, but it's an outgoing caliber by Seiko. And yeah, that's the watch. I mean, you all know it. I don't want to get into any more details. It's a dark blue, very dark blue dial, almost black, with this Pepsi style diving bezel. And yeah, the case back, I mean, you're familiar with it. Here you got the wave. I mean, typical Seiko diver, typical SKX. So I will get into more details after we open the second box, and it's way more interesting. It got this like very rugged, armored design, like divers equipment. So let's open the box, and you see I've already sized it. And it comes with pin and collar system. I'm really used to it because I have several Seikos. I had several Seikos over the years, and yeah, pretty nice box. Let's put it away, and there it is. Very, very nice, I tell you. It's the blue version. You can get this in the black one, which is very close to the Seiko Willard, and you can get this in a very nice green as well. So I went for the blue one because I wanted something blue in my collection. So first things first, let's simply put them closer to the camera and compare them side by side. So size-wise, there isn't much of a difference. I mean, this wears more like gets a little bit wider, but luck to luck wise, pretty similar. I will get into details at a later point. It's just like the first impression. But I mean, let's compare it just a little. You get Heartlex crystal here, you get sapphire crystal here, so a plus if you want sapphire on the side of this Steeldive. What else do you get? You get the NH35 movement, which is a Seiko movement, also known as the 4R36 movement, whereas you get here the 7S26 movement. This one doesn't have a manual winding capability and no second-hand stop. So if you pull up the crown, there's a screw down crown here as well, the second hand won't stop, and you're not able to manually wind it. If you want to wind it, if it's in the drawer, you have to make something like this to like get power in the watch or just wear it. I mean, it's an automatic piece. Here, just let me unscrew it, just listen to it. nice pop, very secure here, not much play. So first position for the date and second position, and watch the second sand. Ta-da, it stops. So, and you have, just listen to it, manual winding, which is quite smooth. I mean, just compared with your turtle with a 436 movement at home, or a samurai, or whatever, you're really used to it. And also the attention to detail at this watch is pretty nice. I mean, if you look at the crown, you don't get a signed crown, which is, I mean, I like having those details. Look at the Steeldive. You get a pretty nice crown with a really, you can feel it. So the case back, you get this logo, which consists of oxygen tanks and other diving equipment, diving like goggles, and yeah, the case construction is pretty good. I mean, the polishing and the brushing isn't, I would say, isn't as nice as with the Seiko. The Seiko does the job, just from my taste, a little bit better. They have, I mean, they're used to great cases, so this is no exception, even though it's a very entry kind of watch. But here I've got the bracelet, and I'm telling you, it's quite comfortable. It comes with pin and colors. I'm really used to it. It's safe. Once you secured it, I didn't have an issue at all. Probably the downside is this clasp, but you can easily change it on AliExpress with something for around like $4, $5, $6 and get a different clasp. But it's had this classical Seiko mechanism, very secure, and just put the watch on the wrist. So see how it looks, and it wears on my 7-inch wrist very comfortably. And actually, some people like critique that this bracelet has some play. Actually, I really like it. It gives you this kind of like vintage watch feeling, but being secure, and the polishing is really interesting. I mean, it's different from, it's brushed, but a different kind of brushing that really reminds me, and please don't laugh, it reminds me a little bit of the shine you get from Rolex bracelets. Every time I roll my wrist like this, I have a Rolex in my like inner eye. So yeah, when it comes to bezel action, I mean, just listen. Typical Seiko, 120 clicks, nothing special, and yeah, more or less it centers. And by the way, this is pretty accurate, not that much of, actually no really misalignment issues with this one. I was really lucky. Here, no misalignment at all, probably because it's printed, the indices, so it's a different story. But just listen to the 120 clicks. It really reminds me of a safe, you know, where you store jewelry, money, whatever, and really accurate. Has a little bit of back play, but in the end it centers. And I mean, just look at this dial, really awesome. 200 meters water resistance, also 200 meters water resistant, and yeah, really nice watches. And also I will include a lume shot. This has this classical Seiko lume, can't be touched, can't be topped, but this one has also great lume and has different kind of luminova. If you look at this on the shot I will include here. If you've seen that there's a different kind of luminova, which is pretty nice, and also the lume bezel is something, and you can see this, it's engraved. If you get over with your fingernail, you can really feel it. I mean, and for the price point, if you can get this one cheap nowadays, it's around 250 euros new, I would say. If you can get this one cheap, it's around 100 euros, and you get a hell lot of watch for your money. This is definitely, just money-wise, in my opinion, the better choice. This is a choice if you really like the Seiko, if you really like this originality of this watch. I mean, it can't really be beat. And if you like to wear watches on NATOs, I haven't tried this on a NATO, maybe at a later point, but this is just very nice on the NATO. I mean, just give you kind of wrist shot here, 7-inch wrist, was pretty nice. So you can't really go wrong with either of these watches. And actually you can have both. And this one is really exceptional for the price point. I'm really overwhelmed by it. I have it for 4 weeks, and I will give you a long-term review on this one, definitely, maybe also on this one. Maybe I flip it again. It's my, I think, fourth Seiko SKX, the first 009. I had the 007 before, but you know, I'm a flipper, so let's see what future brings. Thanks for watching, and it would be really helpful if you subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, leave some comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.